daughter was in the United States right now to be able to see the TV series of our next guest. Her name is Nafsika Antipas, and she's the host of the world's first vegan TV series. It's Plantbased by Nafsika, and she's recently launched her health coaching practice called the Compassionate Lifestyle Coach. She's doing a lot of really, really cool things, and we'd like to welcome her to Mom Talk Radio, the next cool thing on her resume. So welcome, Nafsika, to Mom Talk Radio.
Thank you, Maria.
This is really cool. First of all, tell us about the TV series. How can we see it and tune in and support you?
Sure. So we're in between seasons right now, actually. I'm working on season 3, which will be filmed this winter. It is on the A&E network. It was Wednesdays, 7:30 a.m. But all that I can kind of confirm once we have season 3 underway. And if you need to check up on, the TV listings, you can check out my site, nafsika.ca, and I can keep you up to date over there.
So it's the holidays, and I'm wondering, it's not always easy, I don't think, to be vegan during the holiday season, or at least my daughter, who is vegan, has told me that. As I'm preparing things, she's like, Mom, where's things for me? So
right.
What are some of your tips?
If you're like me and your daughter, you're kind of almost like the only vegan in the family. So you kind of wonder, am I going to get to eat anything when it comes to, like holiday dinners? And so I have a couple of tips that I do. First of all, I like to eat a little in advance, not like a 3-course meal or anything, but just, definitely to eat a little something just in case all you're going to be eating is bread and potatoes. But of course, if you're not shy and you want to ask the host what kind of, appetizers and dishes they'll be providing, that may be, a good idea to kind of check with them in advance. But a little note on that is that sometimes they might think it's vegan and it's not really vegan. Like if it's a salad, it may look like it's vegan, but if the dressing has egg or milk in it, or it's topped off the chicken, then we're not really going to eat that. So it's just kind of things that you kind of have to figure out before you go to a dinner party or something. And it would be a good idea just, grab a bite to eat just in case.
So what about bringing your own vegan dish? And I know that a lot of times we make vegan dishes in our house and nobody even knows the difference.
That's the other thing, is a lot of people get scared when they hear vegan, but a lot of the things that we make are actually vegan. They're plant-based. So what I always do when I'm invited to a holiday gathering is I bring my own plant-based dish something I believe that everyone will enjoy. And so, that way you at least you have one thing to eat, if there's nothing else there. But most probably you'll have other options, there'll be other dishes to eat. But if you bring your own, it's a way of saying, here, try this out, and getting people to try something of yours and getting people to talk about it. And, and that way you also get to eat something that you like.
What about bringing positivity to the party? You say that's another tip to get through the holidays as a vegan.
With being vegan and everything, some people might think there's some like a negative side to it, but actually, if you come there with a positive, like bringing positivity to the party, you're gonna kind of change up everything. Like basically, you don't want to get into like talking about ethics and things like that during a holiday. So you want to avoid any kind of ethics battle during but because diets and traditions are deeply personal, so you want to kind of keep it on the positive side, and by that the best thing to do is just discuss why you enjoy being vegan, how it makes you feel happy and healthy, and let other people see the good side of that and bringing out the positive subject. And hopefully, they'll come around.
And what if you decide it's not about going to someone's home, but you want to eat out?
So it would be a really good idea to be involved with the planning, so you can get to pick a restaurant with everybody. You can make sure you guys pick something that's everyone's going to enjoy. And most likely, almost anywhere you'll go, there will be vegan options anyways. Like even if you go to a steakhouse, you'll be able to find vegan options. But it would be great to kind of pick a spot. And now there's so many vegan trendy restaurants popping up everywhere that it's kind of like, okay, why don't we go check out this new hot and trendy restaurant, and suggest that to go, and that way, and make sure that has a great atmosphere and with good music, and just kind of make sure everyone has a good time, and that kind of makes a big difference, and it'll encourage people to try new foods that they normally would have tried, and that way they'll be even more open for the next time.
What about involving your family, like in some kind of detox and cleanse? Will you talk a little bit about that?
I always like to do this, with my family to encourage them to kind of do a detox cleanse or kind of like, basically like a cleanse, and you can, it's a great idea for even like to offer it as a present for like, a Christmas present or something. And if you get everybody involved, it's just basically like you can find, okay, if somebody's having some some skin issues or they've maybe gained some weight after the holidays, well, you might propose, well, why don't we do a 14-day detox cleanse, and then stressing on the positive effects the diet switch will have in such a small, amount of time, and they'll see that they'll feel better, their skin will glow, because you're removing like all the milk products and everything. And if you want help with that, I can help you guys out. I have, I offer this on my own site actually, nafsika.ca, and don't be surprised if after the cleanse they come back to you and want more tips and more advice on how to maybe go vegan completely, or just because they see that they're feeling much better after they've removed dairy and meat from their body and certain other products that maybe are causing inflammation. So that's what the detox cleanse does. It kind of removes everything out, and then you start to bring everything back in. So that way you figure out what your body's intolerances are, or maybe even allergies that you didn't even know about.
nafsika.ca. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to go back